Hello again, my friends. Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about two things that every single person worries about but rarely connects together. On one side, we have the rising cost of heating and cooling our homes. On the other side, we have the air we breathe inside those homes. Air that can be filled with dust, mold, chemicals, and dryness, all of which affect our lungs, our skin, our sleep, and our long-term health. Most people think that saving energy means making your home uncomfortable, and that clean air means expensive air purifiers running all day. But once again, traditional Japanese wisdom says otherwise. In Japan, we learned over centuries how to keep a home warm in winter without burning too much wood, cool in summer without air conditioning, and filled with fresh, clean air even when the windows are closed. These methods are not ancient secrets. They are practical, low cost, and often zero cost. Today, I will share with you 10 Japanese ways to reduce your home energy bills while actually improving your indoor air quality for better health. This is a 20-minute speech, so please sit comfortably, maybe open a window a little, and listen with an open heart. Let us begin with number 1. This is the foundation of Japanese home design, and it is called torukaze, which means wind that passes through. In Japan, we believe that stagnant air is unhealthy air. Stagnant air collects dust mites, mold spores, volatile organic compounds from furniture, and carbon dioxide from our own breathing. But many people are afraid to open windows because they think they will lose heat or cool air. The Japanese secret is cross-ventilation. You do not need to keep windows open all day. You need to open them for just 5 to 10 minutes, twice a day, in a specific way. In the morning, after you wake up, open 2 windows that are on opposite sides of your home. If you have a door that leads to another room, open that too. This creates a pressure difference. The wind will pull the stale indoor air out and pull fresh outdoor air in. In winter, yes, you will lose a little heat, but that heat has become filled with your breath and your cooking fumes. Replacing it with fresh, cold air actually wakes up your body and reduces the humidity that leads to mold. After 10 minutes, close the windows. The walls and furniture will still hold the heat, and the room will warm up again quickly. The energy loss is tiny, but the health benefit is huge. In summer, do the same in the early morning when the outdoor air is coolest, and again in the evening. This simple habit costs nothing, reduces your need for mechanical ventilation, and dramatically lowers the concentration of indoor pollutants. So rule 1. Open 2 opposite windows for 10 minutes, twice a day. That is the cheapest air purifier in the world. Number 2. This is about heating, and it is a concept called danbo no kachi, or the value of radiant heat. In the West, many people use forced air heating systems that blow hot air through ducts. This air is dry, it stirs up dust, and it costs a lot of money because it heats the whole volume of air in the house, which then rises to the ceiling. In traditional Japan, we used a kotatsu and a hibachi. A kotatsu is a low table with a heater underneath and a heavy blanket over it. You sit with your legs under the blanket. That heater is usually only 400 watts, less than a hairdryer. It heats only your lower body, not the whole room. You wear a warm jacket on your upper body. This is zone heating. You heat the person, not the space. If you live in a modern home, you can recreate this. Buy a small electric radiant heater, not a fan heater. Radiant heaters warm your body directly through infrared radiation, not by heating the air. Place it near where you sit in the evening. Turn your central heating down to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, or 13 degrees Celsius, just enough to keep pipes from freezing. Then use a small radiant heater, or an electric foot warmer, or even a traditional hot water bottle called a yutampo. A yutampo is a rubber bottle filled with hot tap water. You put it under your blanket at your feet. That water costs almost nothing to heat, and it keeps you warm all night without any electricity. The energy savings from lowering your whole house thermostat by just 5 degrees can be 20% on your bill. And the health benefit? Radiant heat does not dry out your mucous membranes. Forced hot air dries your nose and throat, making you more susceptible to colds and flu. Radiant heat and a hot water bottle keep your nasal passages moist, which is your first line of immune defense. So number 2. Heat the person, not the room. Number 3. This is about summer cooling, and it is a beautiful concept called uchimizu. Uchimizu means sprinkling water. In the hot, humid Japanese summer, before air conditioners existed, people would sprinkle water on the ground outside their windows and on their verandas. Why? Because when water evaporates, it absorbs heat. This is called evaporative cooling. But here's the trick. You do it in the evening or early morning. You take a bucket of water, just tap water, and you sprinkle it on the pavement, on the walls outside, on the roof if you can reach it. As that water evaporates, it pulls heat out of the ground and the walls. Then, when you open your windows at night, the cooler air comes inside. You can also do this inside, but carefully. Hang a wet towel in front of an open window. When the breeze blows through the wet towel, the air becomes cooler and more humid. In dry climates, this can lower the temperature by several degrees. In humid climates, it works less well, but the outdoor sprinkling still helps. The energy saving is obvious. You use less air conditioning. The health benefit is that evaporative cooling adds moisture to dry summer air that has been dried by air conditioners. Air conditioners strip humidity, which is why your eyes and throat feel dry. Uchimizu brings back a little natural humidity, which is good for your skin and lungs, and it costs almost nothing, just a bucket of water. So number 3, sprinkle water outside your home in the evening and hang a damp cloth in your window. Number 4, this is about insulation, but not the expensive kind. In Japan, we have a concept called shoji and amado. Shoji are sliding doors made of translucent paper over a wooden lattice. Amado are solid wooden storm shutters. In winter, the Japanese close the amado outside their windows at night. That layer of wood and air traps heat. In summer, they close the amado during the day to keep the sun out. You can do the same with very cheap materials. Go to a hardware store and buy bubble wrap. Spray a little water on your window glass and press the bubble wrap against it, bubbles side down. The bubbles create insulating air pockets. This can reduce heat loss through a window by up to 50%. For even better results, buy a roll of reflective foil insulation, the kind used for car windshield sunshades. Cut it to fit your windows. Put it up in summer during the day to reflect sunlight, and take it down at night to let heat escape. In winter, put it up at night to keep heat in, and take it down during the day to let sunlight warm your home. This is the Japanese way of being active with your insulation, not passive. You move the insulation, you interact with it. It costs a few dollars and saves you hundreds on heating and cooling. The indoor air quality benefit is that bubble wrap and foil do not off-gas toxic chemicals like some spray foam insulations. They are inert. They also allow you to keep your windows functional, so you can still open them for ventilation without losing all your heat or cool. So number 4, use temporary movable window insulation. Number 5, this is about humidity control, and it is a Japanese secret called kabi wo osaeru, which means suppressing mold. Mold is one of the biggest enemies of indoor air quality. It causes allergies, asthma, and chronic fatigue. In Japan, the rainy season is very humid, so we learn to control moisture without dehumidifiers. The first method is using sumi, or charcoal. Binchotan charcoal, the same used for grilling, is highly porous. It absorbs excess moisture and also absorbs odors and pollutants. You can buy a bag of activated charcoal or binchotan sticks for a few dollars. Place them in corners of your closets, under your sink, behind your refrigerator. Every month, put them outside in the sun for a few hours to dry them out and recharge them. They will last for years. The second method is using oshibori, the wet hand towel. In humid weather, do not dry your laundry inside on a rack unless you have ventilation. Wet laundry releases moisture into the air, which then condenses on cold walls and causes mold. Instead, hang your laundry outside. If you cannot, put your drying rack in one room, close the door, and open that window wide. The third method is using jokaso, baking soda. Place open boxes of baking soda in damp areas. It absorbs moisture and neutralizes acidic odors. These natural materials cost pennies, consume no electricity, and do not release any chemicals into your air, unlike electric dehumidifiers which can grow mold inside their water tanks if not cleaned. So, number 5, use charcoal and baking soda to control humidity naturally. Number 6. This is about cleaning, but not the way you think. In Japan, we have a practice called soji no jikan, which is a daily 5-minute cleaning ritual. The secret is to clean with a damp cloth, not a dry duster. Dry dusting just kicks dust into the air, where you breathe it. A damp cloth captures dust and holds it. Every morning, take a small towel, wet it, wring it out very well so it is just damp, not dripping. Then wipe one surface, your desk, your windowsill, the top of your refrigerator. Just 5 minutes. The dust and allergens stick to the cloth. Then rinse the cloth outside or under running water. This single habit, over a week, removes an enormous amount of dust mites, pollen, and pet pet dander from your home. It also reduces the load on your HVAC filter, so your furnace or air conditioner does not have to work as hard. The energy saving is small but real. The health benefit is huge, especially for people with allergies. And the cloth does not need to be paper towel. Use an old t-shirt cut into squares. Wash it and reuse it. That is the Japanese mottainai spirit. So number 6, damp dusting every day for 5 minutes. Number 7, this is about your kitchen and bathroom, the two wettest rooms. In Japan, we have a rule, kaze o tadasu, which means correct the wind. After you take a shower, you must ventilate. But many people just turn on the fan, which uses electricity and can be noisy. The Japanese way is to open the bathroom window or door immediately after your shower. And if you have no window, use a squeegee. A squeegee is a rubber blade on a handle. After your shower, spend 30 seconds squeegeeing the water off the walls and the floor down the drain. That removes 90% of the moisture that would otherwise evaporate into the air and cause mold. Then leave the door open. No fan needed. In the kitchen, when you boil water or cook rice, put a lid on the pot. That traps steam. When you finish cooking, open a window for 5 minutes. Do not use the exhaust fan unless you have to. The exhaust fan pulls conditioned air out of your home, which increases your heating and cooling costs. A window does the same, but without using electricity, and it brings in fresh air. For cooking odors, simmer a small pot of vinegar and water. The vinegar neutralizes smells without spraying chemicals into your air. So number 7, use a squeegee in the shower and a lid on your pots. Number 8, this is about your bedding and your clothing. In Japan, we have a beautiful practice called futon wo hosu, which means airing the futon. A futon is a mattress that is placed directly on the floor. Every morning, we do not make the bed immediately. Instead, we fold the futon and hang it over a balcony railing or a drying rack. Or we put it in direct sunlight for a few hours. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant. It kills dust mites, breaks down mold spores, and removes musty smells. You do not need a special machine, you just need the sun. If you cannot put your mattress outside, at least pull back your sheets and let the mattress breathe for an hour before making the bed. The same for your pillows and blankets. Once a week, put them in the sun. This reduces the need for electric dryers, which are huge energy users. It also reduces the dust mite population in your bed, which is the #1 cause of nighttime allergies and asthma. And it costs nothing. So number 8, air your bedding in the sun. Number 9, this is about plants. In Japan, we use houseplants not just for beauty, but for air purification. The most famous is kokedama, the mossball plant, but any plant works. However, the Japanese secret is not just having plants, it is using the right plants and the right number. Research by NASA showed that certain plants remove benzene, formaldehyde, and trichloroethylene from indoor air. The best ones for the home are Sansevieria, which is snake plant, and Aspidistra, which is the cast iron plant. These plants are nearly impossible to kill. They thrive in low light and need water only once a week. How many do you need? The Japanese rule of thumb is 1 medium plant per 100 square feet of living space. So for a typical living room, 3 to 4 plants. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Some plants, like Sansevieria, release oxygen at night, which improves your sleep. The energy saving is indirect. Healthier air means you breathe easier, sleep deeper, and feel more energetic. So you are less likely to use energy on things like humidifiers or air purifiers. And the plants themselves cost very little if you propagate them from cuttings. Ask a friend for a cutting. Put it in water until roots grow, then plant it. That is free. So number 9, fill your home with snake plants and cast iron plants. Finally, number 10. This is the most important one. It is a mindset called kiwo tsukao, which means using your energy intentionally. In Japanese homes, we do not set the thermostat and forget it. We adjust our clothing and our behavior first. In winter, before turning up the heat, we put on a hunten, which is a padded short coat. We put on thick socks called tabi. We drink hot tea. We use a yutampo, hot water bottle. In summer, before turning on the air conditioner, we wear light cotton or linen clothing. We use a uchiwa, a flat hand fan, to create a breeze. We close the curtains. We drink cold barley tea. These behavioral changes can keep your thermostat 5 degrees lower in winter and 5 degrees higher in summer. That saves 10% on your energy bill for each degree. So 5 degrees saves 50%. 50%! And the health benefit is that your body adapts to natural temperature variations. When we live in a perfectly constant temperature all year, our circulation weakens and our immune system becomes lazy. A little cold in winter trains your blood vessels to constrict and dilate properly, which is good for your heart. A little heat in summer makes you sweat, which detoxifies your body. So do not be afraid of being a little uncomfortable. That discomfort is your body's exercise. So the 10th way is this: before you touch the thermostat, put on a sweater. Before you turn on the AC, open a window and use a fan. Your body is not made of glass. It is strong. Use it. Let me now bring all 10 together for you. 1. Cross ventilation by opening 2 opposite windows for 10 minutes twice a day. 2. Zone heating with a small radiant heater and a hot water bottle, heating the person, not the room. 3. Uchimizu, sprinkling water outside and using a damp cloth for evaporative cooling. 4. Temporary window insulation using bubble wrap or reflective foil. 5. Natural humidity control with charcoal and baking soda. 6. Daily damp dusting with a wet cloth. 7. Using a squeegee in the shower and lids on pots to reduce moisture. 8. Airing your futon and pillows in the sun. 9. Indoor plants like snake plant and cast iron plant. And 10. Changing your behavior first. Wear more clothes. Drink hot or cold tea. Use a hand fan. These 10 ways are not difficult. They are small habits, but when you put them together, they create a home that is cheaper to run, healthier to breathe, and more alive. You will notice that you sneeze less, your skin will be less dry, your heating bill will go down, your sleep will be deeper, and you will feel a sense of connection to your home, not as a machine with a thermostat, but as a living space that responds to you and you respond to it. That is the Japanese way. It is not about technology, it is about attention. It is about respect for nature and for your own body. Start with one thing tomorrow morning. Open 2 windows, just for 10 minutes. Then look at your window. Can you put bubble wrap on it? Just one window. Then the day after, do 2 things. Slowly, like a mountain built from dust, you will transform your home. I am just a Japanese man avatar, but these are the words of my grandmothers. They lived long, healthy lives in homes with no central heating and no air conditioning. They were not poor, they were wise. You can be wise too. Thank you for listening. Be kind to your home, and your home will be kind to you. Sayonara.